We were in a state of, I'll say, and I want to say this affectionately about my town that I care deeply about, but we were in a bit of a state of disarray. And we really didn't know whether or not this experiment that we were going to embark upon in terms of a referendum process and hopefully creating the mayoral form of government was going to be the right choice. But I can tell you from a standpoint of objective analysis, and 10 years now into the operation, we had in January of 2008 approximately $2 million in reserve. $2 million of a $118 million operating budget. That's not too good. Our rating was AA minus. We had no reconciliations. We're way behind schedule in terms of our financial operations. We had a problem, quite frankly. One of the conversations I had with then the Director of Municipal Services, who John would know as well, Bob Nunes, he said to me, "You don't realize how bad your financial condition is." And I said, "I'm getting to realize it pretty quickly." And we brought in a new series of folks. We professionalized the operations. We consolidated operations. I won't get into all the specifics, but we now have a whole division of municipal finance that we didn't have before, where everyone now is merged, cross-trained as well in some of the services. We've got technology. You can pay bills online. It sounds simple, but we had to move our government from really kind of an antiquated operation into a new, faster, more responsive type of operation. Today, 10 years into the operation, we have $14.5 million in reserve. Wow. We're AA plus. We're AA plus. And we're trying to get to that AAA piece, and we'll get hopefully an answer on that. But it took us 6-7 years of hard work in the eyes. When I talk about credible, objective analysis, I'm talking about Moody's, I'm talking about Standard & Poor's, I'm talking about groups who look at municipalities and say, "Hey, do you have your act together?" And I can say, and it's not just me, it really is a commitment from everybody associated with the government that we got our act together. And if you have a strong financial foundation, which is what we have now, you can do the other things that you need to do in terms of municipal services. We're working with the Mass School Building Authority in a way that is so pronounced. Both of our middle schools are getting attention. We're going to be able to go to the marketplace with a bond offering of close to $50 million that we don't even have to do it in terms of a ballot question. We don't have to do it in terms of any type of override or even debt exclusion. We don't have to do it because we're financially in much better shape. That wouldn't have been the case 8 years ago. It wouldn't have 10 years ago. It wouldn't have been the case even 8 years ago. But we've been able to move ourselves financially in a way that we can now do these types of school projects, which are critically important. And so with our parks, with our schools, with our streets, we've got a significant street program. We're accessing not only state dollars, but we're putting together, we put more money together now because of our financial position for our local roads than we even receive from the state, from the Chapter 90 program. I get about $1.2 million from the state. I'm putting $1.8 million in municipal money towards that. We're spending $3 million a year in a community that's 14 miles geographically, significantly less than what you have, I know. And I know that our population is less too, but our proximity to Greater Boston creates also some economic activity that honestly, we've got a business office now. I'm sending a gentleman from my zoning, planning division out to San Diego in early June to attend a biotech conference, a life science conference that we want to be engaged in because of our proximity to Boston and the Red Line. We wouldn't have been able to do that 8-10 years ago because we didn't have the wherewithal, we didn't have the understanding in order to try to put together a true economic plan. Now I know, we've got an economic plan now that we didn't have before, and I believe it's because of the ability to put together a strong government that can create a level of advocacy on behalf of the community that didn't exist before.